So first of all, yeah, we're gonna do a very casual talk. Thank you very much for taking the
Okay.
time. Short
Yeah.
introduction. Well, actually, you can introduce yourself a little bit. I don't have to do
Okay.
that. So yeah, please
Okay.
go ahead.
Okay. Yeah. Thank you. So, my name is Oğuzhan Tuncer, and I came to Austria 4 years ago. I've been here for more than 4 years now, and I graduated from Lisa. I was in Miss Herzog's class, and we graduated in 2019. And I've been in the university for around 2 years now. I've been studying artificial intelligence bachelor's degree, which is fully in English. And I've been also working for the last 3 months, I think, in a company in Linz as a software tester. And now we are here to do a little interview about the artificial intelligence program, I guess.
Tell
Yes.
me a little bit about how your transition was from our school to the university, to the JKU, to the Johannes Kepler University. I mean, because you do have an international background. Yeah,
Yes.
and so I can imagine that there were some kind of interesting challenges, I would say. I don't know.
Yeah. So the transition to the university was quite easy, to be honest, because the IB, I think it prepares you to the university pretty well in terms of like the deadlines, assignments, how to manage your time, and etc. But the program itself, specifically, I had some struggles because it's a technical program, and I'm going there from the gymnasium. So I had a little disadvantage compared to the people who came from a technical high schools. But in terms of the university itself, the assignments, time management, and the whole university atmosphere, I think the transition was quite easy, yeah.
So even though you had some difficulties, as you say at the beginning, you were able to catch up quickly. So concerning computer programming, maybe you did not have this in
Yes,
school. What about math? I
yes.
mean, you had math. Was this an issue for you, or
You said math?
mathematics? Yes.
Oh, okay. So the thing is that I had math high level in Lisa as one of my IB subjects, and that helped me a lot, a ton actually, because we had statistics in math high level as the specialization area, and statistics is basically the fundamental of this program of artificial intelligence bachelor's degree. So it helped me a lot. But I also had two more friends with me who graduated from Lisa, and we started studying artificial intelligence together. But they didn't have high level, and I can say that they had a little struggle with math when it came to statistics and some more detailed topics. But yeah, it was tough in terms of math.
Okay. And the study is in English, I suppose. So concerning
Yes.
languages was not a problem, huh?
So there's something that I want to say here. It's the thing is that it's fully English. Yes, all the professors speaks English. All the lectures are English. But when you go there from Lisa, you should keep your expectations a little, just a bit low, maybe, because the English level, even though everyone speaks English, the English level between the professors and the teachers we had in Lisa, it's I don't like to compare. Just
Let's be a little bit more specific. So basically, you say that the English at university was a little bit more basic, or so is.
yes,
Okay, I'm
yes.
just asking. So, in other words, Lisa students have no problems following the English at the university. This was actually
Yeah,
that's
not
why
at all. Yeah, not at
not a
all. Yeah,
problem.
I mean, I had a few experiences where I had to ask a question.
Yeah.
It was a bit detailed questions, and the professor didn't get my English, and I had to go there after the lesson and then talk to him personally
I see.
because his English level was a bit, yeah,
Oh, okay, yeah. Well,
yeah,
better this way than the other way around.
yeah, exactly.
Tell me a little bit about the whole application process and so on, because I remember when you were in our school, you first applied to the United States, to a university
Yes.
there. You actually got accepted there.
So.
So how was the whole thing a little bit? And yeah, tell me your story a little bit also in this respect.
Okay. Okay, so to states, I actually I had a lot of things to do, like the application process. I mean, the application forms and the motivation letters and all the scholarship applications. It was a long and actually exhausting process. But when you compare it to the application in Yotko, it was actually, I mean, I just went there and I gave them my IB diploma, and then I was just accepted. They gave me my university card, like the student card. And when you compare it to the internationals, if you apply Yotko as an international student from another country, there's actually a process which takes around, I think, 6 months. I'm not sure. But if you're an IB student, you are basically just accepted directly.
So you did your 6 IB subjects that you were required to do. And was there any problem? So you say did they check the subjects, or did they check the points that you received? Were there any complications? And they just basically saw that you had the IB diploma, and that was it. That's it.
Exactly. Yeah, they did not check any of the subjects or ask me what I got, but they just asked me for my diploma, and as soon as I gave them my diploma, I got my student card.
Oh, okay. What about the German level? I mean, it's in English your study, but did you have to show any German exams or anything like that?
No, not at all. Yeah.
Okay. Well, that's because I suppose that your study is in English. Yeah. Right.
Exactly. I mean, I think I've never met an international person yet. I think. I mean, all of the people I met were either Austrian or been in Austria for a long time, so they speak German. But yeah, there was nothing that I had to do in German or no German.
Okay. Yeah. So that's how satisfied are you with the JKU for studying? From the general study atmosphere and your expectations. Tell me a little bit about that. Student life, in other words.
Okay. So, I mean, of course, there are some organizational problems, or maybe some management problems, or maybe some problems with the professors. But I think those problems are in every university, I guess. But in terms of the campus itself, or the subject structures, curriculum structures, and I think those are pretty well prepared, in my opinion. But one thing that I didn't know, and I think this should be mentioned, is that how the university is different than the FH that we have in Austria. Because what I expected when I got into the program was that I would also get some practical experience as well. I mean, not an internship maybe, but maybe more practical lab sessions and maybe more practical AI applications. But I think I got a bit disappointed there, because university is more about the theoretical stuff, the stuff that is behind algorithms, behind the applications, and how it's working in the behind the scenes. So that is one thing that I was disappointed about. But I think the curriculum itself and what they teach is the fundamental of AI. And I think if you want to become an AI scientist or data scientist or maybe a machine learning engineer, you should know how it works in the behind the scenes. But as I said, I was a bit disappointed that I didn't get enough practical experience.
I think that is also one of the fundamental differences between Fachhochschulen, FH, and universities, that the Fachhochschulen deliberately have a more strongly practical component than universities. I've heard this, and this seems to be indeed one of the fundamental differences here.
Yes, I kind of like to learn by practice, and I learn better when I do it when I learn stuff by practice. And if I had the opportunity to study AI in a Fachhochschule, maybe that would be better choice, I think, for me at least. Because when you only learn about theoretical stuff and math and statistics, sometimes it's hard to motivate yourself. But if you're interested in the stuff and then you do your own research, you do your own projects, your own applications, and you keep yourself motivated, then university is also a great choice.
I heard that you're also working at the same time while you're studying.
Yes.
Is this in some kind of in a related area?
Not really. I'm working as a software tester, so I'm just testing the software that the company is producing. But I want to get into the AI field as well soon.
Yeah,
let's
but
say.
actually
Not for
it
sure
is
yet.
software, so it is computer related in that sense. I think
Yes.
there's a good overlap.
Oh yeah, it is. It is computer related, and I actually do use the programming language that I learned in the university. So it's called Python.
Yes, yes.
And I mean, I don't use it for the same purpose in the university. I use it for AI applications, obviously, but in the company, in the office, I use it for automated tests. But it's still a good practice for the language. So.
How do you actually feel about your future career prospects in this field? I suppose, are there good opportunities? Is the competition very high among in this field with other students? How do you see the next couple of years in this sense?
So I think the competition is pretty high because I see the people in the university, and I even feel that I'm a bit. I mean, I feel like there's a lot to catch up with compared to what they're doing in the university, because usually the people who are doing the program are people who completed their studies in a technical field and now they want to specialize on something cool, or there are people who are way older than me and they're also doing this because it's the future. So I feel like I think I have a lot to catch up with, but at the same time, I'm probably the youngest one in the class, so it's also an advantage.
So
for the future, I've been also looking at the job applications, all the companies in Austria and also international as well, and I can say that there are a lot of opportunities. There are a lot of job offers and opportunities for newly graduated people. So
how many students are currently in your semester studying artificial intelligence? How large is the group?
Okay, I'm not sure. I think initially in the beginning of the program, I think we were over 400 people.
400.
But I'm not sure, but I think so, because I remember one of the courses and we went into the largest class in the university, and I think we were over 400 people. But now I think it's like half. It's like 200 maybe not even that many.
I see. Yeah. Usually the first couple of semesters, the number of students really drops down quite dramatically. Yeah, because many people start to study not knowing if this is actually the thing that they want to do, and then they drop out after some time. Yeah.
Exactly.
I would like to ask a few other questions now. We've been focusing quite a lot on the university studies in Austria, but how do you actually feel? I mean, you came here to Austria without knowing very much German at all, right? You basically went to our school. How many years did you go to our school? Was it 3 years? Or?
2.5.
2.5 years.
2.5.
You basically did the IB diploma program in our school. And how do you actually feel about, as somebody who does not know or did not know the country very well, you completed school here. You are studying at university right now. You have a job right now. You're pretty successful. Quite remarkable. What advice do you have for other students that are in a similar situation? Is there anything that you would like to tell our students or any other people who are coming to Austria and who would like to actually find a future or a footing here in Austria? What were your difficulties and what advice do you have?
Okay. So first of all, about Lisa, I think it was a great place for me to get warmed up with the culture here and also the language here and in Austria in general. And to be honest, when I went to the university, I kind of at the beginning, I kind of felt a bit, how should I say, like naked in a sense, because in Austria it was a welcoming place. I had international friends, I have Austrian friends. It was a welcoming place, and I didn't have any issues with it being international, being from a different culture or anything like that. And when I went to the university, I figured that all the people that I met were either Austrian, as I said at the beginning, or people who have been here for many years, and they also consider themselves as Austrians. But I was kind of scared at the beginning that I would be a bit left out in a sense, or maybe I was kind of afraid that it would be hard to integrate. But yeah, that was not the case. I met a lot of people, and university. It's not only our program, but university itself is a really international place. So I had no problems with it, and yeah.
Any
So
advice?
and I wanna point out again, the Lisa is actually was a great start for me to be able to get into the community in university. So yeah, and advice. I would say, in general, for the university transition from Lisa to university, I would say that I know that it was hard at the time for me with dealing with deadlines and IB and everything, but having to do IB diploma in the Lisa taught me a lot about the university. So I would say that be careful, take care of your deadlines and take care of what IB gives you in terms of experience, and get advantage of that in the university.
So basically, keeping deadlines is an important thing that I've heard already several times from several people.
Because it's even if we had problems with the deadlines in the high school in Lisa, we would go up to the teacher and maybe ask for postponing the deadline or maybe another opportunity. But in the university, professors don't even know your name, so you don't really have a chance. You either submit it or you don't. So yeah.
So basically, self-management skills are pretty important, obviously.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, very interesting. I'm thinking of a few other questions right now. What semester are you in, actually? Because when did you graduate? Exactly, it's actually something I wanted to ask at the very beginning. Because how far are you actually already with your studies? And
so I graduated in 2019 May, I think. Yep. And now I'm in the fourth semester of the program, and next year is going to be by last year.
So it's bachelor that you're completing right now, yeah? So this means you have to write a bachelor's thesis, and...
Yes, next year, yes.
Next year. Do you already know a topic or any direction that you're going to go?
There are a few things that I want to focus on. Maybe this is interesting for some people. There is a project that they are working on in the university. It's basically getting computers to predict human emotions and know how to deal with those. And it's pretty interesting for me as well. So that's one of the options. I'm also a huge Tesla fan, so I'm also interested in some autonomous cars. That's also one of the options, and there are a few more options in my mind, but I did not decide yet.
Okay, yeah. So you have basically a whole possibility of options. You have to join in some kind of a research group, I guess. And within this context, you're then going to write your bachelor's thesis, and then I suppose, as I probably know you, you're going to continue with a master's program.
Yeah, I'm not sure yet. I also have a few options with that. I might start with the master's degree, or yeah, not sure yet. But it's one of the possibilities, yes, because we also have a master's degree as well. I think it was it was opened with the a bachelor's degree in the same year, and it's also fully in English. So that's also one of the possibilities. But I'm not sure yet. Yeah.
But so basically, if not, then you're simply going to start to work after the bachelor's. Is this the way that I see it?
Yes. I could. Yeah.
Yeah, I guess the job opportunities must be pretty good anyway if you're already working right now as a software tester. And
So. As I said, the master degree actually takes all that theoretical stuff to the next level. I'm not sure if I'm interested in that, and I'm not sure if I can find the motivation to do that. So I think it's better for me to find a job and get doing stuff and get to do the AI applications by hand in practice. So I think that would be better.
And or maybe consider a program at a Fachhochschule who basically are more practically oriented.
Yep.
Thinking about going abroad maybe sometime, or basically have you settled down now in Austria?
I mean, I cannot say that I don't like it here. It's been, as I said, for more than 4 years now, and I feel like home here. And but I do have plans to go abroad as well. Maybe not directly after the university, but in the future for sure. Because not because I want to move, but because I want to experience more new things and different cultures. That's one of the reasons.
Yes. Maybe a few last questions. There are some students who consider going maybe to other countries to study. You've decided to stay in Austria. Generally, are you satisfied with the quality of Austrian universities? After all, it is free, and that's of course an advantage. But how does this compare to your personal satisfaction with the quality? I mean, you referred to already it's a little bit theoretical, according to your taste. But overall, concerning the level and the quality, how is that in your view?
So first of all, I should point out that I'm not an European citizen. So for me, there were not really many choices in terms of countries, because all the countries except Germany and Austria are pretty expensive for me. And also in Austria, it's not completely free for me. I pay a bit for the per semester, but compared to the other countries, it's free. And that's one of the biggest advantages, because now that I also have a job, I'm really it's really easy for me to finance myself, and that's one of the biggest advantages. But as I said, in terms of the education in the university, I think it's great. But as I said at the beginning, the one thing that you need to be careful about is that can you motivate yourself in the university? Because university, it's really hard to keep going and motivate yourself if you don't like the theoretical stuff. And specifically for this program, if you don't like math and statistics, it's tough. Okay. It's one of the main things, because for the first 2 semesters, you do have some programming courses, because you need to learn how to program. But after the first 2 semesters, it gets really it's basically just math and statistics. And there are courses actually which are specified for the machine learning algorithms. First, I thought that we would do some projects, some practice, and get to know how to use them in programming. But I was also disappointed there, because it was all math and how it worked, how the algorithms worked in the mathematical side. So that's one of the things that whoever wants to apply to the program should know.
Okay, but I guess, as you said, that's maybe also one of the reasons why you're working. Maybe is this allows you to gain some practical knowledge as well. And that's why you're also considering maybe to work a little bit afterwards, so that you can actually get the hands-on experience as well. Okay.
Exactly, and maybe it's better for everyone if you want to apply to the program, and you also, like me, who likes to practice and learn by practice, maybe it's also a great idea to get an internship or a job if you can during your studies. That would be a great idea.
Yeah, as a matter of fact, many students are doing that because the university also allows you the freedom to work to work next to your studies as well. And this is of course also good for your CV, obviously. So, of course, because then you so my advice generally is also is if you study something very specific, then broaden up to gain more experience as well, not only in AI but generally. It's a good recommendation. Okay. Well, we've been talking now over 20 minutes, and I think it was very interesting. Very interesting. It's probably not going to be the last time that I'm going to approach you, if you don't mind. It's always good to hear a little bit from former students. Just a few days ago, I also talked to another student who visited us. Unfortunately, did not videotape him, but that's also something that I'm going to catch up on.
And there's one thing that I want to mention, if that's okay.
Of course, please.
So I say this every time I come. I visit the school, but this is gonna be in like people in the Lisa are gonna be watching this, so I also want to say this. They might be mad at me for this, and I would be if I was them, because I never thought I would say this when I was in Lisa, but I really miss school. I wish I could go back. This is one of the things that.
But now you have to explain it. That's so important that I cannot simply let it stand like this. And so go ahead, please. Now this is something that you gotta explain.
Yeah, because after some time, you forget all about the bad stuff, like all the homework, all the projects, or the assignments that you've been working on. You always remember the good things. So your relationships with your teachers, your relationship with your like friendships, all the good things about school, and you really wish that you could go back because university, it's tough. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that's it's always usually when you're in a program, people complain a lot, yeah, especially during the last 2 years. Of course, you want to have school behind you. You just want to move on with your life. But then, of course, if you look back, sometimes.
Exactly.
Yeah.
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 Exactly.
I think this was a very nice ending.
Yeah.
No, really, thank you very much. We're now talking almost half an hour, and I think it was very informative. Thank you very much for your time.
Thank you, really thank you for having me here.
Yeah.
This was great.
Yeah, and I almost guarantee you that this is probably not going to be the last time that we're going to be chatting. And,
yeah, I hope it's not. I really hope it's not.
Thank you very much again, and I wish you all the best, and bye-bye. Bye-bye. Thank you.
For me. Thank you.
Thank you.